And now we start. The Happy Prince. Everybody having the book? Moments? The Happy Prince. Should I start? Mayank. Now come. That there was a prince, the son of a king, and he belonged to a very wealthy family, empire, kingdom, and there was no sort of sadness or grief or anything in his life. All the time, he was very much happy. So that's why his name became Happy Prince. उसके जीवन में कोई दुख नहीं था, nothing. हमेशा, all the time he was happy, overjoyed and glad. That's why he became, let's say, his name became Happy. He had everything: golden glasses, golden plates, a big empire, belonged to a very rich family, rich empire. Rishabh and Amarjeet. So see, high above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of a happy prince. There is a city, or there was a city, and in that city, there was a very big building. And on that very big building, there was a tall column, just like a pillar. My sound going now? Audio, video clear? Stood the statue of a happy prince. Later on, what happened? That the happy prince died, and that's why his statue was established on the tallest building. And on that very tallest building, there was a pillar, and on that very pillar, his statue was established. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the happy prince. He was gilded all over with the thin leaves of fine gold. Means his statue was made, and on that very statue, outer covering, plating was done with gold. And that's why the adjective of the gold is gilded. You can say that his entire statue was gilded in gold. It was gilded, gold, thin plate, leaves, pattar jaise chahdta hai. For eyes, he had two bright fires. Rare stones are there, precious stones are there, sapphires, like topaz, like, let's say, diamond, like ruby. In place of his two eyes, there were, let's say, two sapphires in place of his eyes. And a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. You can see in the picture that a statue is there. And that very statue, he had one sword, एक तलवार था उसके हाथ में, and the hilt, मुट्ठा जो था पकड़ने का, ठीक है, glowed on his sword hilt, a large red ruby. हाँ, वीडियो कैसे नहीं आ रहा? तुम लोग देखो, समीर वीडियो आ रहा है? ठीक है, वो तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम होगा, देखना. Everywhere audio video clear? Priya, audio video going on? Video going? ठीक है, ओके। तो कोई लिखा है वीडियो नहीं जा रहा, ऑडियो वीडियो एवरीवेयर गोइंग। So in the first passage you came to know about a prince and his name is, let's say, Happy Prince. Why Happy Prince? Because all the time when he was alive he was happy. There was no sadness or grief in his life. He was never sad. He was all the time happy, laughing and enjoying his life. That's why he got his name as Happy Prince. Later on, that prince died, and in his memory, on one of the tallest building, on a pillar, his statue was made, as you can see on in the picture of the book, isn't it? And his entire body was uh, covered with thin plates of gold. That is, it was gilded. Leaves of gold. And in place of his, let's say, his eyes, into his two eyes, two sapphires are there. A very, let's say, precious stones are there. And he had one sword, and the hilt, the mutta, the hand of the sword, there was a big, large red ruby, which was all the time shining, glistening, and brightening. That is, ruby glowed on his sword hilt. One night, there flew over the city a little swallow. All the time, the statue was there. And once upon a time, what happened? That a small bird, swallow, was flying from that very area. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before already. Approx gilded means, let's say, completely covered with gold. Okay. Okay, man. Thank you. Someone, let's say, I am been told that your video is not, let's say, coming. I thought maybe problem from here, but problem that side. And gilded, gold se bana hai, gilded. Covering with gold is known as gilded. Clear? So what happened? A swallow was there, a small bird was, just like, let's say, your sparrow, flying from there, flying from that very area where the statue was there. And his all the friends and family has already gone to Egypt, because you know many of the birds migrate from one country to another country with the change in the climate, with the change in let's say, environment. And his entire company, friends, relatives had already gone to, let's say, Egypt 6 weeks ago. Clear, Samir and everyone, Anjali, Abhinav, Ruchi, Khushi, whosoever are there. Understanding the story? Okay. हिंदी में बोल देते हैं। एक हैप्पी प्रिंस है, हमेशा खुश रहता था, उसके जीवन में कोई दुख था ही नहीं। All the time he was very much happy, and that's why his name became, let's say, Happy Prince. After some time he died, and in his memory a big, let's say, statue was made, and in that very statue, his entire statue was, let's say, been covered with gold, and in the place of his eyes there were two, let's say, sapphires, that you have to well remember. And on the hand of the sword, there was a sword he was having in his hand. You can see in the picture, the mutta. There was a very big piece of ruby, a very, let's say, costly and precious stone is there. जैसे हीरा है, मोती है, पन्ना है, वैसे तुम्हारा वो है, वो उसमें लगा हुआ था. And wonder what happened? That a bird was flying from that very area. And वो तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम है, मनीष शंकर, वीडियो नहीं आ रहा, सारे बच्चे बोल रहे हैं वीडियो आ रहा, देखो तुम अपना, ठीक है? और वीडियो से क्या मतलब है तुमको? आवाज आ रही है? Listen the story. Open the book, Happy Prince, from moments, and go through the story. And the entire company, the relatives, the friends of that very swallow has already gone to Egypt from this area, this country 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks means, let's say, more than 45 days, 1.5 months ago. But he had stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt too. By this reason or that reason, he couldn't go to Egypt with his company or with the, let's say, with his friends. That's hello world. He stayed here and decided that now it's the time. Now I should also, let's say, go to, let's say, Egypt. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. For going to Egypt, continuously, it was flying and flying and flying. But uh, with the passage of time, it became, let's say, evening, and it became night, and it came to the mind of the bird that for the night, whole night, we cannot, let's say, travel whole day, whole night. We need rest. We need to sleep. Only then we will be energetic next day. All day long, he flew, and at night time, he arrived at the city. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town had made preparation. And now it came to his mind that where should I pass my night? Where should I get a safe place? Where should I? There, where I should sleep comfortably and with full protection. And the city was also, let's say, preparing. कोई भी शहर है, कोई भी देश है, रात को लोग सब क्या करते हैं? Arrange करते हैं अपना अपना सोने के लिए. So these things were coming to his mind, the mind of the bird. Then he saw the statue of the tall column. And then automatically, all of a sudden, you can say that he looked at that very statue, and it was at the farthest place, highest place of the city. And the bird thought that this is the safest place because no one can go on that very statue. इतना ऊंचा है कि वहां पर कोई जा नहीं सकता है. So this is a, let's say, fine place, safe place. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. I will put up there, he cried. It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. First, safe place, plenty of area is there. There, fresh air. We all living beings needs oxygen, air. So all the situations, circumstances were, let's say, perfect. That safe and highest, and air was there, and a lot of space was there that he can, let's say, sleep in a comfortable way. I will put up there, he cried. It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. So he alighted just between the feet of the happy prince. देखो दोनों उसका पैर. Alight मतलब होता है to come down, to go down. वो आया और दोनों पैरों के बीच में आके चिड़िया है ना बैठ गया. Just between the feet of the happy prince. I have a golden bedroom, and the bird became very much happy. Wow, today I am going to sleep on a golden bed because everything was made up of gold. Already highlighted there. The body, the pedestal, the hand, the sword, everything was covered with gold. So he became very much happy that today I have got a golden bed room. He said softly to himself as he looked around. और चारों तरफ देखा और देखा कि वाह, ये तो बेड बहुत अच्छा बेड है. ये गोल्डन बेड है, सेफ है, एयर है और काफी स्पेस है एक चिड़िया के सोने के लिए. And he prepared to go to the sleep. And because it was night time, whole day, he the bird had flown and became exhausted. He was tired. So he thought that now I should sleep. Prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. चिड़िया कैसे सोते हैं? ऐसे करके बेड पे अपना सो जाते हैं पंख में. In the meantime, what happened? One drop of water fell on his body. और वो सोचा, what a curious thing, he cried. This is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. It came to his mind that from where the water drops have come. Because the sky was clear, there was no cloud, everything was bright and fine. Then why? From where the drop of the water has come? Then another drop fell. First drop came. After some time, then again drop came. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? And then it came to the mind of the bird, little bird swallow, that there's a long, let's say, aura is there, surrounding is there. Still, the water is coming, the raindrops are coming, whether it is raining or not raining, but the water drops are coming. So what's the, let's say, use of the statue if it cannot protect me from the rain? The story clear? Understanding? All of you? Number of students are there? Tell, reply. Sound going, video going or not going? Going. Understanding the story? Reply, students. Now, Mayank, everything clear now? And I will also tell in you in Hindi. Isn't it? That, okay, Rishabh, प्रियंका, प्रिया, अंशु, ठीक है। वो सोने चला गया और सोने के बाद क्या हुआ देखा ना, थोड़ी देर में एक बूंद गिरा एंड द बर्ड बिकेम वेरी मच सरप्राइज, काफी आश्चर्यचकित हुई। He looked into the sky. The sky was clear. There was no cloud. And he was shocked. The bird was shocked that from where the water was coming. And after some time, short let's say, moment, after let's say 1 minute or 30 seconds again, one drop of the rain came. And then what happened? Then the bird became annoyed that what's the use of a statue if it cannot safeguard me from the rain? What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said, I must look for a good chimney pot, and he determined to fly up. चिमनी ऐसे गोल बना हुआ देखता है, फनल टाइप का। तो बर्ड सोचा कि रात भर if it will go on raining, what will happen? That I will get wet. So better not to sleep here and go to another place. Better go into a chimney. And he was thinking to fly to that very place. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell. अभी उसने पंख खोला ही था उड़ने के लिए, चिमनी पॉट को जाने के लिए, जहां वो सेफली सो सके, जहां भीगे नहीं। क्या हुआ? तीसरा ड्रॉप गिरा। He said, and saw, what did he fly? But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw, what did he see? और ऊपर देखा तो देख रहा है, क्या देखा? देखो, the eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears. उसकी आंखों में देखा, वो तो स्टैच्यू था और आंख तो सफायर का बना हुआ था, पत्थर का, कीमती पत्थर जो होता है हीरा के जैसा। तो उसने देखा कि उसकी आंखों में ना, that eyes were, both the eyes of the prince, happy prince, the statue was filled with tears, and this badly shocked and surprised the bird. Which word? Swallow, isn't it? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. Entire, let's say, golden was there. Entire body was golden, and he found that the eyes were filled with tears, and the tears were, let's say, rolling down from his golden cheeks, isn't it? Going down from eyes to, let's say, cheeks, and then downwards, where the bird was sitting. The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little cell was filled with pity. देखने में जो हैप्पी प्रिंस का चेहरा था ना, वो बहुत ही प्यारा चेहरा था। Very, let's say, beautiful face, but his eyes were filled with what? Filled with tears. They shocked him. इतना प्यारा बच्चा, इतना खूबसूरत चेहरा, लवली क्यूट चेहरा, और इसकी आंखों में आंसू है, और आंसू भी लगातार बहते जा रहा है। Who are you? He said. In the meantime, the bird asked the statue that who are you? And the statue also replied. And what replied? He told that I am the happy prince. Instantly came the answer. जब वो पूछा तो उसे बोला कि हम तो हैप्पी प्रिंस है भाई, ठीक है। Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. बोला जब तुम हैप्पी प्रिंस ही हो, जब तुम हैप्पी हैप्पी ही हो, तो फिर रो क्यों रहे हो? Why you are, let's say, sad and weeping? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. और तुमने तो रो रो करना मेरे को completely wet कर दिया। ड्रेंच करना मतलब क्या करना? वेट कर देना, ठीक है। बोला तो तुमने तो वेट कर दिया, ऐसा क्या हो गया, क्या बात है? तब वो पूरा अपना स्टोरी बतला रहा। Who is telling the story? The happy prince is now answering and telling the story of his life to the bird, and the name of the bird is Silo. So now listen the story narrated by, told by Happy Prince to Swallow. See, when I was alive and had a human heart, and he told that now I am dead. Before that I was alive, मैं जिंदा था, just like, let's say, all the human beings, and I have a heart. Okay, answered the statue. I did not know what tears were. जब मैं जीवित था तब मैं जानता नहीं था कि दुख क्या होता है, आंसू क्या होता है, दुख तकलीफ क्या होता है, रोना क्या होता है, इसको मेरे को कुछ पता नहीं था. For I lived in the palace because I was a prince. My father was a king, so I used to live in a palace. महल में मैं रहा करता था. Where sorrow is not allowed to enter. ऐसा महल था जहां दुख उस महल में, उस घर में, उस महल में आता ही नहीं था, पैलेस में आता ही नहीं. My courtiers called me the happy prince because I was all the time happy and enjoying life and laughing and smiling. So my entire courtiers, जो हमारे मंत्रिमंडल थे, कैबिनेट थे, जो हमारे ऑफिसर्स लोग थे, जितने मंत्री थे, कोटियर्स थे, जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं दरबारी लोग, आज के युग में वो मिनिस्टर्स हो गए, बोलते हैं सब मेरे को ना हैप्पी प्रिंस बोलते थे. हैप्पी प्रिंस. एंड हैप्पी इंडीड आई वाज, और सही में मैं खुश भी था. दिस इज द फैक्ट दैट आई हैड नो लेट्स वरी, नो स्ट्रेस, नो दुख, नो ग्रीफ, नो सॉरो. ऑल राइट, आई वाज हैप्पी हैप्पी हैप्पी, एंड दैट्स व्हाई एवरीवन टोल्ड मी हैप्पी प्रिंस. समीर, listening, audio video going and understanding the story, or only opening the phone? Reply fast. Speak. Okay, Ansu. Everything going? Okay. The main story of the happy prince, he told that when I was alive, like a human being, I have a heart and I was happy. I used to live in a palace because I am a prince and there was no dearth of anything. किसी चीज की कमी नहीं थी और हमेशा मैं खुश था, हंसता रहता था. हमारे महल में दुख को, आंसू को, तकलीफ को घुसने की इजाजत नहीं थी, आया ही नहीं. तो मैं हंसता रहता था. इसलिए हमारे जितने दरबारी थे, पापा के दरबारी थे, वो सब हमको हैप्पी प्रिंस बोलते थे. एंड हैप्पी इंडीड आई वाज, एंड इन रियलिटी आई वाज हैप्पी. सो आई लिव्ड, बोलता है इसलिए हम रहते गए. एंड सो आई डाइड, और बोलता है एक समय आया. व्हाई ही डाइड नोबडी नोज, बट नॉट रिटन हियर. ही टोल्ड दैट एज एवरीवन हैज टू डाई, आई आल्सो डाइड. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of the city. And the happy prince told, telling that story, that after my death, what happened? That my statue was built on the tallest building of the city. And see here that I am here. This is the story of my life. And from here I can see the entire city, my empire, my kingdom, and ugliness is there. Ugliness means dirtiness is there, and dukh is there, taklif is there. Many people are, let's say, very poor. They don't have anything to eat, no, let's say, place to live, and nothing to, let's say, support their life. Means a lot of misery and sorrows are there into their life. And through my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but be. और उनके दुख देख कर ना, ये हमारी जनता का, प्रजा का, सारा का, इस देश के सारे लोगों का दुख देख के ना हमारा हार्ट दुख से भर जाता है, और इसलिए मैं रोते रहता हूँ. सो दिस वाज द स्टोरी टोल्ड बाय हैप्पी प्रिंस टू द बर्ड, एंड आई होप यू ऑल आर आल्सो लिसनिंग ना. अंजलि, प्रिया, खुशी, समीर, अभिनव, number of students, everything clear? You have to reply. Now write the question as assignment. Mayank, write down the question. Everyone writes. Always sit with pen and notebook. How did Happy Prince get his name? First question. Write down. How did Happy Prince get his name? उसको Happy Prince नाम कैसे पड़ा? Okay. Write down the first question. How did the Happy Prince get his name? Written? You have to submit the homework, not to the subject teacher, into the office as per the direction of principal sir, or as per the direction of the school management. Okay? First one. And now move onwards. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the sailor to himself. चिड़िया के दिमाग में बात आया कि ये पूरा सोने का नहीं बना हुआ है क्या, सोने का बना हुआ नहीं रहता, सोने का बना हुआ रहता सॉलिड रहता, ये हमसे बात कैसे करता। ठीक है। सेड द सेलो टू हिमसेल्फ, ही वाज टू पोलाइट टू मेक एनी पर्सनल रिमार्क। वो कुछ बोलना चाहती थी लेकिन वो कुछ बोला नहीं। चिड़िया जो है कुछ बोला नहीं, स्वेलो जो है कुछ बोला नहीं। फार अवे, अब फिर से स्टोरी को कंटिन्यू कर रहा है। कौन, हैप्पी प्रिंस जो स्टैच्यू के रूप में है, वो बोलता है बहुत दूर, यहाँ से काफी दूर, फार अवे, continued the statue in a low musical voice, means his voice was very much lovely, as if he was singing, and he has started resumed his story, continued his story. What resuming the story? That telling that from here to a very far place, far away in a little state, there is a poor house, कि मैं यहीं से देख रहा हूँ, वहां काफी दूर पर एक रास्ते पे एक छोटा सा गरीब का घर है। One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. And from the window of his house, because the window is open, I from here can see that in that very room, in that very house, poor house, there is a window. From the window, I can see that a lady is there, a woman is there, and sitting by the window at a table. ठीक है। मैं उस घर में देख रहा हूँ, एक गरीब के घर में, कि एक लेडी है और वो खिड़की पर एक टेबल पर, खिड़की के पास एक टेबल पे बैठी हुई है। ठीक है। I can see a woman seated at a table. At a table. Her face is thin and warm. दुबला पतला चेहरा है उस महिला का, लेडीज का, और वार्म में मतलब मुरझाया हुआ है। ठीक है, दुख से भरा हुआ है। एंड सी हैज ए कोर्स रेड हैंड, इसका हाथ भी ना रफ हो चुका है, कोर्स हो चुका है काम कर करके। रेड, लाल पड़ चुका है उसका हाथ। ऑल pricked by the needle, entire hand was pricked with needles because she was just like a tailor, embroider, all the time, let's say, sewing the clothes, and that's why sometimes from here, there into both the hand, his hands, her hands was completely pricked with needles, for she is a semester, सिलने वाली थी वो, एम्ब्रॉयडरी करती थी, कपड़ा सिलती थी, इसलिए उसका हाथ ऐसे हो गया था। सी इज एम्ब्रॉयडरिंग फ्लावर्स ऑन ए सैटिन गाउन फॉर द लवलीस्ट ऑफ द क्वींस मेड्स ऑफ ऑनर। अभी वो फिलहाल क्या कर रही है, अभी फिलहाल वो क्वीन के लिए सबसे बढ़िया प्यारा कपड़ा, एक ड्रेस जो है, गारमेंट्स तैयार कर रही है, उसमें एम्ब्रॉयडरी कर दी है। पहले गाउन बनाया जाता, फिर ऊपर में नीचे में चारों तरफ से उसमें नक्काशी किया जाता है, सिल्कन या गोल्डन जो थ्रेड रहता है उसके लिए उसी का लिया, उसी को करने में, और पहले भी की है, उसी के चलते उसका पूरा हाथ लाल हो चुका है, और उसमें सुइयां जो है चुभ गई थी, काफी सारे सुइयां चुभी हुई थी। तो उसका वो पेशा काम है और उसको करने में होता है। टू वियर एट द नेक्स्ट कोर्ट बॉल, बॉल बोलते हैं पार्टी को। ठीक है। और बोलते हैं कि उस ड्रेस को, गाउन को तैयार किया जा रहा है, सो दैट द क्वीन वियर इट एंड एंजॉय द पार्टी ऑफ द कोर्ट बॉल। पार्टी है वो कोर्ट में, दरबार में, राजा के महल में कोर्ट होगा, बॉल पार्टी होगा। बॉल का मतलब होता है बॉल नहीं, सिर्फ बॉल का मतलब बॉल नहीं, बॉल का मतलब होता है फंक्शन, पार्टी, where dance and drink and music and everything enjoyment and delight is there. इन द बेड इन द कॉर्नर ऑफ द रूम हर लिटिल बॉय इज लाइंग इल, और बोलता है उसी रूम में जहां ये महिला सेमिस्टर जो है वो कपड़ा में एम्ब्रॉयडरी कर रही है, वो क्या कर रही है, उसका एक बच्चा वहीं पर एक कॉर्नर में एक बेड पे पड़ा हुआ है, जो कि काफी बीमार है, लेइंग इल, पड़ा हुआ है। ही हैज फीवर, उसका बीमारी क्या है उसको तुमको ध्यान में रखना, दैट ही हैज ए फियर, फीवर, सॉरी। एंड इज आस्किंग हिज मदर टू गिव हिम ऑरेंजेज, और मम्मी को बोल रहा है, मम्मी हमको ऑरेंज चाहिए, ऑरेंज चाहिए। और मदर हैज नो मनी, नाइदर मनी नॉर ऑरेंजेस, because no money was there, so she could not buy an oranges for his son who was lying ill. Who is this hello? हेलो हेलो से यहाँ कोई नहीं होगा, एंट्री, नाम लिख के आओ तब हो। ठीक है, ऐसे कोई आएगा नहीं बिना नाम का, एंट्री लेंगे ही नहीं। एक मिनट, हु आर यू, वेट फॉर 1 मिनट। हम्म वेट, चाहे छोड़ो। हम्म। क्या हो गया सिद्धि? हेलो नाम से एंट्री नहीं मिलेगा, कोई भी हो यहाँ। नाम और कल से वो पूरा अपना आई कार्ड लगा वहां पे। आज भर छोड़ दिए हैं, ये पहले से डीएवी का नियम है, इसलिए। तो the happy prince told the bird later on that I can see a room from here at a very far place, and at what I let's say I can see। रामपाल कौन है जी? अभी आके क्या करोगे 2-3 मिनट के लिए? हाँ। And the lady is what doing? Not only sewing, but also embroidering and preparing a gown for the queen. And she was preparing the loveliest gown so that she can wear and attend the party at the court, which is known as court ball, isn't it? In a bed, and on the other side of the room, there was a bed, and on that very bed, a son, the son of that very lady, was lying there, and he was having problem, he was having fear, and let's say that boy was continuously asking for what? Asking for oranges. But the mother was poor. She hadn't money, so she couldn't give the oranges. She is embroidering flowers on a satin cloth for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and asking his mother to give oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water. उस घर में कुछ है ही नहीं उसको खाने पीने को देने के लिए, ठीक है? और सिर्फ है उसके पास क्या? पानी, नदी का पानी जो फ्री में मिलता है वही है देने के लिए, और वो बेचारा वही दे रही है। सो ही इज क्राइंग कंटिन्यूअसली, दैट बॉय, the son of that very lady was, let's say, weeping and crying, swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move. And Happy Prince told that I cannot move because my legs are, let's say, I'm in tied on this very pedestal, जो प्लेटफॉर्म है उसमें मेरा पैर ना बंधा हुआ है, हम मूव नहीं कर सकते हैं। तुम क्या करो, हमारे तलवार में से एक मुट्ठा जो है ना, उसमें जो रूबी है, कीमती पत्थर है, इसको निकालो और ले जाके उस घर में दे दो, उस महिला को जाके दे दो, so that she can sell and get some medicine and some food and oranges to provide him to that very boy। क्लियर है? चिड़िया ने क्या बोला, हैप्पी प्रिंस ने क्या बोला? सैलो से रिक्वेस्ट किया, ओ सैलो, टेक आउट द costly, let's say, ruby from my hilt, the sword of the hilt, and go fly and give that very, let's say, I mean swallow, I mean the ruby to that very, I mean lady, so that ताकि वो उसको बेचकर पैसा मिले उसको और उससे वो खाना और दवा ले अपने बच्चे को दे दे। ये कौन है रामपाल? हम्म। क्या ऑप्शन ऑफ मैसेज करता है, हेलो चिल्ड्रन मतलब तुमको रिमूव करते हैं हम, इडियट। हु आर यू? रुको, डबिंग हो रहा है, अभी हम तुमको क्लास लेते हैं। ओके। 1 मिनट, 1 मिनट। अच्छा छोड़ो, अब क्लास खत्म हो रहा है। आई होप अप टिल नाउ हियर द स्टोरी इज क्लियर। एवरीथिंग क्लियर ना?